In the heart of the magnificent Babylonian Empire, a decree echoed through the streets, a command from the most powerful ruler of the known world, King Nebuchadnezzar. He had erected a colossal statue of gold, shimmering under the sun, a symbol of his own power and divinity. The law was simple, yet absolute. When the music played, every soul in the kingdom was to fall down and worship this golden image. The penalty for refusal, a fiery furnace, heated to an unimaginable degree. The sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, and pipes filled the air. Across the plain of Dura, a sea of people prostrated themselves, their faces to the ground in obedient worship. But amidst this vast display of submission, 3 men remained standing. Their names were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were young Hebrew men, brought to Babylon in exile. Yet they had risen to positions of authority through their wisdom and integrity. More importantly, their loyalty was not to a king of flesh and blood, or an idol of gold, but to the one true God, the God of Israel. They accused the 3 men, pointing out their refusal to bow. Fury contorted the king's face. He had favored these men, but their disobedience was a direct challenge to his authority. He summoned them, his voice a low growl of controlled rage. He gave them one more chance. "Is it true," he asked, "that you do not serve my gods or worship the golden image I have set up? If you are ready to fall down and worship when you hear the music, very well. But if you do not worship, you will be thrown immediately into a blazing furnace. Then what God will be able to rescue you from my hand?" Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego stood before the enraged king, not with fear, but with a calm and unshakable resolve. Their answer was respectful, yet firm. "O Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and he will deliver us from your majesty's hand. But even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up." Their faith was absolute. It was not a faith that God would save them, but a faith that God could save them, and that even if he chose not to, he was still worthy of their unwavering devotion. This declaration of loyalty to a higher power enraged Nebuchadnezzar beyond measure. He ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than usual. The flames leaped so high and burned with such intensity that the soldiers who were tasked with binding the 3 men were consumed by the heat as they approached the furnace door. Bound in their robes and tunics, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were thrown into the heart of the inferno. For any normal person, it would have been an instant, agonizing end. The king and his counselors watched, expecting to see the defiant men vaporized in the searing heat. But what they saw instead made them leap to their feet in utter astonishment. The king stared, his eyes wide with disbelief. He turned to his advisors, his voice trembling. "Weren't there 3 men that we tied up and threw into the fire?" They replied. "Certainly, your majesty," he exclaimed. "Look, I see 4 men walking around in the fire, unbound and unharmed, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods." Inside the furnace, where death should have reigned, there was life. The ropes that had bound them were burned away, but the fire had not touched their bodies. Their hair was not singed, their robes were not scorched, and there was not even the smell of fire on them. They were walking freely amidst the flames, and with them was a 4th figure, shining with a divine otherworldly light. A protector sent from heaven itself. The very element meant to destroy them had become the place of their miraculous deliverance. Nebuchadnezzar, humbled and awestruck, rushed to the opening of the furnace. He called out, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out, come here." And so they did. They walked out of the furnace, untouched by the flames, before the astounded assembly of satraps, prefects, governors, and royal advisors. The crowd gathered around, touching their clothes, staring in stunned silence. The miracle was undeniable. The most powerful force of destruction known to man had been rendered powerless by a God they could not see. In that moment, the proud and mighty King Nebuchadnezzar was brought to his knees, not before a golden idol, but in reverence of the one true God. He declared to the entire empire, "Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and rescued his servants." They trusted in him and defied the king's command and were willing to give up their lives rather than serve or worship any god except their own God. The king then issued a new decree. Anyone who spoke against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego would be punished severely, for no other God can save in this way. The 3 faithful men were not just saved, they were promoted to even higher positions in the province of Babylon. Their story became a legend, a powerful testament that faith is not the absence of fire, but the presence of God within it. It's a reminder that even when we walk through the most terrifying trials, we do not walk alone. Thank you for watching this story of incredible faith. If you were inspired, please consider subscribing to Stories of Faith 2025 and hitting that notification bell so you won't miss our next video. We'll see you then.